Hi guys, it's your friendly garage dwelling girl, Sarah here. Hello. Did I just call myself a garage dwelling girl? That was really weird. Anyway, I have some exciting news for you and I'm just gonna get straight to business with this video. If you guys missed the video I did about 6 months ago where I installed this cheap eBay knockoff catback exhaust on the MR2, there's a link up above that will take you to that video. Ever since I put that exhaust on the car, I have not been satisfied with the sound of it or the fitment of it. It rubs on the oil pan underneath the car as well as where the exhaust hangers are at. It forces the tips to rub on the tow hooks, and it also hangs really low, which if you go over any sort of like a speed bump or a curb pulling to a driveway, you're gonna hit the lower portion of the exhaust, and that's no bueno. Plus, it sounds like an old boat. With all the work I've put into this car, I can't have it sounding like crap. I want it to sound good and look good too, especially when I get the new wheels on the car. This is a sponsored video, so I gotta give a huge shout out to Prime Performance for sending me this exhaust. Now, if you guys don't know what Prime Performance is, he is a shop that specializes in Toyota MR2 stuff. However, he is doing giveaway cars now also. So there's a link down below in the video description, plus you can see it on the screen, where you can go to enter to win this Evo 9 MR. Whew, that was violent. Time for science. So I'm going to do the initial cold start here in the garage because I'm starting the car cold. So I have to start it in here. There'll be a little bit of audio distortion because it's gonna resonate the sound off the walls. However, when I put the new exhaust on, we'll do an initial start in the same spot so you can compare before and after. And then I'll do the rest of the tests outside in the wind. Okay, here it goes. It's just not a very attractive sound. I don't think so, at least. Actually, under full load, full throttle, but it does drone really bad around 3,000 RPM inside the car, which it was really hard to capture on camera. And also, it just sounds like an old boat at idle. Oh no, 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 I don't want my hair touching the ground. Okay. Do not see an oil leak. I've discovered while I'm down here that the MR2 has developed an oil leak, which sucks because I am the one that re-gasketed this engine. So it means if it's leaking oil, either A, a gasket failed because it was a cheap gasket, or B, I failed. Oops, that's tight. It's kind of embarrassing, but sometimes stuff happens and that is life. Sam Swanch. I do believe it is the valve cover gasket that's leaking and dripping down. And that's probably because the hardware that holds the valve cover on is crap. They're Phillips head screws, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Dropped the nut in my armpit. It's cold too. Oh, all right. Come on, thighs, don't let me down. Now I gotta slide out of here so I don't accidentally bang the tip. Mid-pipe, time to come off. Well, that's a lot larger than I thought it would be. Here we go. Mid-pipe is out. Gasket looks brand new. They're not even remotely close. They're so different. So first things first, you can see the mid-pipe much shorter than the Berk exhaust. The mufflers over here are complete round canisters. And then where it attaches under the car, looking down on it, you can see the mid-pipe is partially attached to the muffler section, and it's got this kind of raked angle at it, with this area is where it hangs the lowest. If you go over here to the Berk, you can see the mid-pipe is much longer and it doesn't attach to mufflers until over here. And these mufflers are oval shaped, so they'll tuck up under the car a lot better. There's obviously a lot more engineering that went into this, and there's a lot more material, so that's why it costs more. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing this other brand's exhaust, because let's face it, it's half the price, so they had to cut corners somewhere to try to make up for the difference. Hello. I feel like an inchworm. I look like one too. Some of you are going to disagree with me for this. I'm going to reuse the exhaust gasket that I pulled off of my Berk downpipe on this car. The car had this exhaust sitting on it for about 6 months now, but has never really driven. I mean, I've done little test runs with it just for filming purposes, but the car hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't been driven really, so this gasket is still essentially brand new. I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to save the gasket I have since it is brand new. That way I have a backup gasket for later on in the future. Trying to figure this out. I think I don't want to scratch this up because it's steel and new. Actually, I had my exhaust hanger on that side. Well, this is like a jigsaw puzzle, but not fun. In order for me to get the exhaust pipe up through here, because the flange is hitting on the sway bar no matter which way I turn it, I'm gonna have to remove this rubber stop right here and possibly this rear hanger. I'm not gonna film that because it's literally 4 bolts, so I'll snap my fingers and I'll be done. Come through, tailpipe. It's not even a tailpipe. It smells like skunk in my garage. I didn't even know Arizona had skunks. Can someone please tell me what this little rubber triangle with the arrow pointed on it is for? Is it a weight? It looks like some kind of a bump stop. I don't know, like a motor mount bump stop maybe? It goes right here. There's your hole. I really should just ditch this thing if it doesn't serve a purpose. It probably does. It's probably some kind of a pitch stop or something for this motor mount. I don't know. It's heavy. It weighs like 5 pounds. That's weight savings I could reduce. Tighten. The downpipe that I have on the car up here is a Berk downpipe, so you can see the flanges are the exact same thickness, and that was the one thing I didn't like about the other exhaust that I had on here. The flange was like half as thick as this one. There's such a huge difference already. This mid pipe right here was rubbing on the oil pan on the inside right here on this inside lip. The flex pipe was pushed up against the oil pan, and now there's clearance all the way around. Time to make like a leaf and get out of here or something. Berk is considerably heavier. Get it up on my thighs. This isn't the right hardware to go up in these top corners, but I found 2 bolts that will work for now until I can get 2 matching bolts. It's just a temporary fix because there's no way I can get these tonight. Oh, Jesus. Go in your hole. Come on. Oh my God. Be careful I don't scratch the tip. Ta-da! Done, son. So much better. Look at the clearance underneath there. That is crazy. It's nice and flush under there. You can see right there, not hanging down anymore like it was. It's nice and flush with the bottom of the car. It's not hitting the tip anymore. There's tons of clearance over here, tons of clearance over here on this side. Doesn't stick out too far, just in line with the bumper. Morning, peoples. It's the next day. It's time to test out this exhaust. Well, except I had to start the car last night to move it over so I could get the Forester in the garage. So here's the first start clip from last night. I guess the cat's out of the bag with what my next car review is gonna be. Truck review. I'm gonna do some off-roading in that 4Runner TRD Pro. It's gonna be dope. I just said dope. Okay. Oh, Mr. Dose. Looks like you're just gonna have to send it. Here goes nothing. You gotta be kidding me. This thing is legit decent in the snow. And on horrible tires, and there's snow on the road. It's a little squirrely every once in a while. It hits some heavy slush and it kind of slides around a little bit. It's not bad though. Let's see if it brakes. Oh, it still brakes all right. It slides a little bit. I mean, obviously you don't just mash the brakes, but this is so crazy. It doesn't snow here that often. It's like maybe once or twice a year, if that. But this is supposed to be a factual video because I'm comparing the old exhaust versus the new exhaust. So here are some sound clips. This is crazy. He has a lot of traction. Like a ton of grip. There you go. just put in some work. This thing does so well in the snow. It's surprising. It has a ton of grip. Kind of sucks that it has an open diff. Can't really whip that good of a donut with an open diff, but not bad. Good enough. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm super happy with this new exhaust. So thank you, Prime, for hooking me up. And I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye. I want a taco. I want a pizza. I want a sushi.